On IMDb, Angel Lips 171, I think this is Andy, says, love 13 Ghosts. Well, this movie is the best. It has good effects, etc. Well, it is pretty scary, but love, I can watch it all day. I rented because I saw it at a friend's house. I didn't want to take it back. I watched it 2 or 3 times a day, but it has to be a 10 for me. P.S. Matthew Lillard rocks in the movie. 10 stars. Are you Angel Lips 171, Andy?
You know it.
Okay, cool. So you changed it from DSL Lips or DS Lips.
Oh, well, DSL was taken.
Very good. Very good. Yeah. But Wild Child 329 says 13 Ghosts is excellent. This movie was fantastic. The acting was good and the plot was good. I really loved how they used actual people to play the parts of the ghosts. That was really cool. It's not your typical ghost movie, and that's what I love about it. The ending was a bit iffy. I didn't like how Matt, Dennis Rafkin, died. He was a really thought-out character. With the ghost being released at the end, I am definitely sure that there won't be a sequel to this. But if there was, and it could hold up stronger than this one and use the same family, I think it would be a great one. I personally wouldn't classify this as a sci-fi film, but due to the reluctant ghosts, you'll probably see it air on Sci-Fi a couple of times. If you are into ghosts movies, you should watch this. It is worth your while. The acting is great. It really holds up. Not your average ghosts film. It does lack horror, but I credit it with being quite a bit freaky. I don't suggest you go out of town in hopes to find it, but definitely pick it up for rent over the weekend. 6 out of 10, although they gave it 10 stars.
When was that written?
2005.
This is a weird one.
That's a nice thing to say about it. Hello, and welcome to the Royd Review Podcast. I'm Rob.
And I'm Andy.
And we are back once again to talk 2001's TheRoydsBand Ghosts.
That's the one.
That's a stupid stylization of it, and it is the year of our Lord, the year of our Megazord, 2001, because that is absolutely what they were doing back then.
Yeah, that's numbers in titles genitally is
very good.
Is usually a little hit or miss.
I think it's always a miss. I always think it's tacky.
Sure.
That's a good back and forth.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I don't know.
Well, you said it's hit or miss. Give me an example of a hit.
I like the one that they did with the most recent Scream.
Okay.
They put the 6 was in the M. I thought that was pretty cool.
Oh, with the Roman numeral? Okay, I'll give you that one. I'll give you that one. That's pretty original. What do you think of the Expendables 4 doing it?
That's dumb. They shouldn't do anything. They shouldn't do anything. They should all retire.
Andy, how are you?
I'm good. How are you, Robbie?
I'm really good. Have you seen 13 Ghosts before?
I had not. I've seen parts. My wife is a huge fan.
She's just in there going...
Yep. She is an industrial fan.
Yep.
I believe she's the one who suggested this, and now we're divorced. So
yeah, that makes sense.
What about you, Robbie? Have you seen this?
I had never seen this before. I hadn't even heard about this until we put it on the list for this podcast. And when I told my partner about the movie we're doing, she goes, "Oh, awesome. It's got Tony Shalhoub. It's got Matthew Lillard. It's got F. Murray Abraham." And I was like, "Oh, okay, cool." And then a few weeks later, I was looking at it. I go, "Hey, Laura, this has 18% on Rotten Tomatoes." And she goes, "Oh, yeah, it sucks." I was like, you don't list the cast of a movie like that unless you love the movie.
I mean, I had no idea that Tony Shalhoub was in this. I knew Matthew Lillard was. Because my wife said, Matthew Lillard, she didn't even know his name. She was like, the guy who plays Scooby-Doo. I mean, Shaggy. he's hot in this. And I was like, all right. And
Oh.
then, like the first scene, I'm like, he's hot in this? And she's like, I feel shame.
Oh, man. But to get an idea of the time this was coming out, let's talk about the year of our Megazord, 2001.
2001.
Because we had movies like Training Day, and then later on its sequel starring Drake Bell, Grooming Day.
Very good. Very good. Very good. Should I just read these jokes that you have? Claim them as my own?
You don't have to. You can make other jokes. But now you can see that I legitimately write jokes beforehand.
Yeah, yeah. Well, Fast and Furious is a previous episode. Check that shit out.
Yeah. I'm fast and she's furious.
Very good. Very good.
Pearl Harbor. It's a movie about a giant clam. Just shooting its pearls at the harbor.
Very good. Very good.
Is that disrespectful?
I feel like enough time has passed.
Yeah.
The movie Cats and Dogs came out, which I remember seeing in theaters, and I remember as the movie was playing, I was like, I think I'm too old for this. Yeah.
Well, that's because you saw the re-release 2 years ago.
What was that?
Cats and Dogs.
Is that real?
No, the joke is you were too old seeing it for the first time. Like you were in your 30s.
Oh, I see.
Andy,
Okay.
Andy, what are we doing here? Andy.
I don't know. It was over my head. You're a smart man, Robbie. You're a smart man. You got your highbrow jokes.
Oh, man. We had what my uncle used to say to me, don't say a word.
Yikes.
Okay, it's all right.
I'm uncomfortable.
Aren't you happy I didn't say what Andy always says?
What do I always say, Robbie?
Don't say a word.
Oh, okay. Why am I a fucking moron?
I don't know.
Jeez, I'm crawdad.
The joke is written right in front of you, too.
Yeah, but like, I can't fucking see.
Take the blindfold off.
Oh, that's the thing.
We do this
That's
every
the thing.
time.
Oh, every single time. Fuck. Damn.
Green dragon, more like blue unicorn.
Very good. Monsters Ball. More like werewolf scrotum. That's good stuff, Robbie. Fucking smashing it out of the park today. I got nothing. I got fucking dog shit. How about Max Keeble's big move? That's what Robbie calls his dick. And when he does Kegels, he calls it, that's Max Keeble's big move.
I call my cock and balls Max Keeble.
Yeah, Max Kegels. Understand?
Oh no.
And that'll do it. That'll do it for me.
Well, we also had some music like Is That It by The Strokes. That's a sentence we've heard all too often.
Nice. I saw the Strokes live at Madison Square Garden back in the day.
Okay.
And like, I wasn't really a fan. I mean, I haven't really given them a shot. But the girl I was with at the time was big into them. And you know, it was on April 1st.
Okay.
And fucking Elvis Costello came out and like surprised opened the show. Played like a 4-song set, and he was just like April Fools and bounced.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah, that was fucking sick. I was like, what? I just saw Elvis Costello. That's fucking cool.
Now, since it was a date, did you ask for a stroke during the Strokes?
You know I did.
Oh man, you're dating Lauren Boebert over here.
Yep.
We had Alicia Keys, songs in A minor. Andy, you're often in a minor.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Buzzing!
That is a very good album though that I own. I own her first 2 albums. They're fucking fire.
That's cool.
Yeah. Everything else is all right, I guess. I don't know.
I didn't have a joke for Blink-182's Take Off Your Pants and Jacket. I just wanted to say I didn't get the joke of that album title until I was like well into my 20s.
I remember because I explained it to you.
Yes, okay.
Yeah. I was like, I don't, because I'm not a big Blink-182 fan.
Me neither.
And I remember saying like, but that's a hell of an album title. And you were like, what's take off your pants and jacket. I was like, Robbie, say it again. Like, take off your pants. Oh, okay.
I didn't. Yeah, neither of us. I wasn't either. So like, I never listened. So I never really examined it.
Yeah.
Just like I didn't get the Fractured Butthole, the South Park game. I didn't get the title of it at first.
That's fucking great.
I was just reading it as the Fractured Butthole. And I was like, that's actually a really cool title. And then my friend was laughing about it, and it clicked. And I didn't look stupid. Actually, it was Mark Ponte who I was talking to about it, guest of the show, because I said, like, we were talking about it, and he starts laughing about it. And I was like, why is he laughing? I was like, Fractured Butthole. Oh!
Yeah. Got Toxicity by System of a Down. That is wall-to-wall bangers.
Yeah.
Great album. No.
Now, I don't listen to Slipknot, so I have never listened to this album. If you name an album Iowa, I'm going to assume it's boring.
Yeah, I think it's... I'm also not a huge Slipknot guy. I like that song Duality, I think it's called.
Okay.
It's like, put my fingers into my eyes. That song's hot fire. I also find... I'm not really a big screamy guy, and I find like most of their verses are real screamy.
I'll make you scream.
Whoa! Because it's
behind
spooked. Because it's Spooktember.
Yes, that's why. That's absolutely why. Yes.
Oh, okay, good. I find like the verses, he's always like barking, or screaming or whatever. And I'm like, this isn't for me. Don't bore us. Get to the chorus, and then the chorus is like nice and melodic, and I'm like, that's where it's at. So Slipknot for me is all chorus.
That's cool. I like the Slipknots from Conan.
I was about to mention that as well.
All right, you want to talk about 13 Ghosts?
All right.
We're starring Matthew Lillard, Shauna Lawyer, Shannon Elizabeth, Tony Shalhoub, and we are directed by Steve Beck. We open up at a junkyard. The credits swoosh in over some scrapped cars. I've already talked about how I hate the stylized 13N.
Yeah.
Seeing F. Murray Abraham is kind of surprising here. I don't know why.
I don't know who that is.
He's the guy playing Cyrus.
Okay. I was surprised to see anyone of note in this, to be honest.
I was not. This is exactly the kind of people who were doing this movie around this time.
Tony Shalhoub?
Yes.
He's Monk.
Yeah, exactly.
Robbie.
He's the star of a show on TBS or whatever he was on.
Robbie. I believe it was USA.
Yeah, okay.
Hey, USA had some good stuff.
I'm not saying they don't, but he was still the star of a show on cable TV.
Yeah.
This is exactly the kind of movie he's going to do. What, do you think he's going to do Oscar bait?
I think he's won an Oscar.
Tony Shalhoub?
I believe so.
He might have won an Emmy. Hold on.
I think he's got a couple of them. Like Emmys and Oscars and
there's no has he won an Oscar? I'd be stunned.
He's a very good actor.
I'm not saying he's not. I just can't think of anything he would have won an Oscar for. Here we go. Tony's an American who has won 4 Primetime Emmys. Yeah, we know that. A Golden Globe, 6 Screen Actors Guild, and a Tony.
Oh, a Tony. For Tony Shalhoub.
Yep, that's it. He was the best Tony that year.
You're the best Tony this year, buddy.
Yeah, I noticed that one has an asterisk next to it.
Yeah. He won the Tony Shalhoub Award.
I just found out that Tonys are short for the Antoinette Perry Award for Excellence in Broadway Theater.
Huh.
What's the worst anagram ever?
Every day's a school day. Worst anagram ever. That's good.
Nice.
I thought he won an Oscar. Sorry.
No, it's all right. All we did was just show that Tony Shalhoub is a great actor by listing out all his achievements. Yeah. Just to let everybody know.
Honestly, Matthew Lillard is not bad either.
Lillard's awesome.
I wouldn't say this is his best performance.
Nope. Absolutely not.
I would say this is his most 2001 performance.
This is before Scooby-Doo.
Okay. I mean, he's great in Scream.
Oh, yeah.
No.
You fucking shot me!
Yeah.
My parents are gonna be so pissed, man! That shit's so good.
Previous episode, check it out. Last Spooktober, boy, am I spooked out of my fucking bikini bottom. Wearing just a bikini bottom.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
So Lillard and Abraham, they're looking for some ghosties in a junkyard.
Yeah.
Lillard was going to take drugs, and Abraham's like, don't fucking do it.
Yeah.
Don't you take those drugs. He's like, I can sense the ghostlies.
Yeah, so they immediately established that he's a spook daddy. That he could just, he's got like clairvoyance, I guess.
I have no idea what it's called.
I don't know.
It's
but,
movie nonsense.
Yeah, they don't really explain it, but they don't, like they should, whenever he touches somebody, he could see like their life, maybe their future, you know?
Yeah, I think he sees tragedy. He sees the death that's been around
them. Okay.
Because when they're talking about this guy they're looking for now, he goes, you said he's only killed 9 people. I saw 40.
Yeah.
And Abraham says to him, 9 when he was alive, 31 when he was dead. So apparently the guy they're looking for is killing a ton of people as a ghost.
Yeah.
He's out there just committing these murders.
Yeah. And they say, bring out the cube. And my first note is, that's not a cube. That's a rectangular prism.
Very good.
Thank you.
Next, they say, bring out Cubert. And he goes, "Quack."
Yep.
And he just hops around.
And that ghost just fucking annihilates him. Fucking destroys Cubert.
You know what's stupid?
What?
These people who are protesting for the rights of ghosts.
Is that what they're doing?
Yes.
Okay.
Like, you're trapping them.
I did not understand their presence there. I saw the actress and I was like, okay, she is of note. She's gonna, reappear at some point. But I was like, what are they doing there? What are we doing here? And then you just see a whole bunch of no names get fucking destroyed.
Yes.
The one guy gets folded like a fucking omelet.
That was cool.
That was cool. I liked how also the other guy got split in half because he got like the ghost picked up a car and smashed him like right in half. I was like, that's pretty cool.
We had some cool deaths here.
Yeah.
I think there were other cool deaths in this movie, but right here, it's tacky. The deaths are cool, but they come here and they're acting like they're protesting for ghost rights. And then, she comes back later. But don't come out there protesting for ghost rights. Try to stop him and say, what you're trying to do is dangerous.
Yeah.
Because, I don't care about the rights of ghosts. What is that?
Yeah, what? Also, that ghost is clearly murdering people.
Exactly.
Weird.
Yeah, he doesn't deserve a right. So right away, I'm not on this person's side, which makes her turn later even less impactful because I was like, I didn't care about you.
Yeah, it also doesn't make any sense.
Exactly. You were fighting for the rights of a ghost who, as you said, was murdering people.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Doesn't make any sense. This movie doesn't make a lot of sense.
No, it does not. Some people arrest the protesters. They say something about the 13th ghost. We see Cyrus or F. Mary Abraham get killed. I was convinced he was dead.
Same.
I mean, no, he's fucking dead. That's what I mean.
I thought he was the 13th ghost.
Yes, so did I. They trap the ghost in a box. Then the credits roll. And this is my problem I have with this movie is I don't care about this family at all. This is not going to get me to care about them.
First off, the credits, like the opening credits after that scene of Tony Shalhoub and his wife, they're looking at the kids playing, and like the camera slowly drifts away and you just hear the audio of the fire that killed her. It's very early 2000s, but it's not a bad way to exposit what happened. Like, now we know what happened, and you didn't spend too much money, and we didn't waste too much time. I thought like that was pretty, like, thought went into that, and like, wow, good job, and then like it ends on a burnt picture of her, and it's like, just in case anybody in the audience is a fucking moron. Like, oh shit, she died in the fire. I thought that was well done, but also like kind of corny and cheesy. But
see, I think because we learned pretty shortly after that Abraham was Shalhoub's uncle.
Yeah.
So like that's not a twist at the end. That's just something they tell us.
Yeah.
Why don't we get an opening with Abraham at this house and then the house burns down or something?
Yeah.
Why don't we meet this family a little bit? Spend this time you're taking at the beginning to meet this family, and then I can care about this family. Because
right.
Even though the opening scene I think is the best one in the movie because of the cool deaths,
yeah,
the rest of the movie, it's like, I don't give a fuck about these people.
Yeah, I agree. I don't want to jump ahead too far, so I won't. So that's pretty good stuff, huh?
Nice.
Thanks.
Hey, how fortuitous is it that right after they complain about not having a lot of space, they inherit a house?
Yeah, that's classic setup. Not done very well. Also, how many times do you think he told the little kid to move that damn scooter?
Probably a lot.
He was fucking pissed.
Well, was this guy not insured or something? Because like he's apparently behind on all the bills.
Yeah, yet he hired a nanny.
Yeah.
To like live in there. Is she living with them?
It seems like it.
If you don't have a lot of space, why would you have a live-in nanny? I mean, also that's more money, right? Like,
yeah.
It doesn't like maybe this guy's just bad with money.
It seems like it.
Yeah.
And then this family absolutely is roasting this like this live-in nanny.
Yeah.
Because like she can't
do anything around here.
Apparently she can't cook or something.
Yeah. But she's like good with the kid.
Yeah. She teaches Bobby the word bitch.
Yeah, but like you see, like she gives him the time of day when, you know, like she's playing with him. They're in the back seat. They're fooling around. It's fun. Like, I feel like they painted her to be a piece of shit.
Oh, she's not a bad character.
No,
they paint everyone. They seem to be everyone else treats her like shit.
Yeah. I also I turned to my wife. I was like, well, she's dead. And she was like, I don't know. And I was like, well, everybody hates her. And she's black. She's the only black person in the movie. And it's a horror movie. In 2001. Like, she's dead. But, spoiler alert, she's not dead.
Nope. And, I'll talk about that later.
Yeah. They get the lawyer shows up and he's like, hey, Uncle Cyrus, he's dead and he left you his fucking weird glass house. And they're like, hooray!
Yay! This lawyer right away just looks suspicious.
Yeah. But like remember fucking, that was a blast from the past. You remember media players on computers back then?
Yes.
Holy
like
shit.
Like the QuickTime and shit?
Yeah. And like, so they play it on that, and he goes, he says some ominous shit like, I hope you enjoy your stay or whatever. And then the window closes and then it reopens. He's like, you understand?
That was really funny.
What was that?
Well, that's the thing. This movie didn't seem to know if it wanted to be a horror comedy or not.
Yeah, I don't know. It's really weird.
If you put more of that into this movie, I'm enjoying this a little more.
Yeah. This is a very, very strange movie.
Exactly. They didn't put that in there. It was just like, well, that's a weird tone change.
Yeah.
Like this guy is grieving the death of his wife who died in the fire that burned down his entire house.
He lost everything.
Yeah. But now this uncle is also doing weird shtick with the video.
Yeah. But like, then they go and the car ride, it's the worst, like visually, it's the worst car ride I've ever seen in my life.
Terrible.
Like, they did nothing to make it look like they're in a moving vehicle. Like the light just stayed on them. Like they were just parked in a studio. Like nothing at all. Looked terrible.
I totally agree with you there. And this is one of these places I have to give the movie credit because you're right. That looks like shit, but they spent the money where they needed to spend the money here.
Yeah, it looks good otherwise.
Yes. So like I can forgive shit like that. It's like previous episode Crawl when like the storms and the background, it looked like shit. But most of the alligator stuff looked good.
Yeah.
And I think, you know what? When you're a movie like this and you have a limited budget, most likely, you spend that on the most important stuff. And I can appreciate that
Yeah.
the rest of the horror elements looked really good.
They do. Yeah. Also, they folded that guy like an omelet.
Yes,
earlier.
that was awesome. I fucking loved that.
Yeah.
Hey, this kid is recording a murder podcast in 2001. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, this kid's fucking. He is the future.
Man, he's ahead of the game.
Yeah.
Fucking sick.
Well, they get to the house, and the daughter's first line is, "It's beautiful." Like, are you sure? Are you fucking sure?
They're just excited about space. That's it.
I would be like, no, thanks. I'm good on that.
I mean, I don't know how they don't find it creepy.
Yeah.
Hey, there's Latin all over the walls. Is that cool? Is that beautiful?
Listen, my first thought, if I see anything in Latin, is Satanos. That's my first
Very
thought.
good.
Satan lives here.
Oh,
That
absolutely.
is my first thought. And then they keep saying, like, oh, the house is a machine built by the devil, run by the dead, or powered by the dead.
Yeah, well.
Like, the devil built this place?
Well, to let Matthew Lillard in when he shows up as an electrician, it's like a fucking Rube Goldberg machine. Like the ball goes down. I was like, what are we doing?
It's very strange. It's such a strange setting. It's such a strange tone. Everything about this movie is fucking weird.
Yeah. Yes.
I don't know if it's like on purpose. I don't know. It's very strange.
Well, like right away, Arthur should have been nervous about this because when he's worried about the money, the lawyer just goes, "Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Don't fucking worry about the money. It's taken care of.
Everything's taken care of, sir."
Like, I don't like this.
Then we get like it's kind of like the plot moves, but also nothing's happened. Like, we know the house is fucking haunted. And like, right, let's get to it. And like, everybody's checking out their rooms and stuff. And
I call this room.
Yeah. It's like, it's all so strange. All of it. I didn't know if I just don't know what I'm watching here. It's so fucking weird. I've never seen anything like this movie.
This works better as a 1 hour network special than it does a 90-minute movie. Because we are stretching to 90 minutes here.
I feel like this is a regular like haunted house movie, but the change that they made to the house itself makes everything so fucking weird. Like, what the fuck kind of building are you in? And like, because the building's so weird, it just takes me out of it. It's like, because anyone on Earth would be like, I'm not living here. Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
I'm not living here. But like, if it was a big mansion, it would be like, oh, okay. Like, just do a regular haunted house movie.
Well, look back at last week's episode, The Shining.
The Shinin.
The Shinin. Oh, yeah, sorry. Want to get us sued? That's a house where it's creepy, but it is legitimately like, yeah, of course I want to live here.
Right. You got a whole
stay here.
Hotel to yourself.
Yeah, that's amazing. Whereas this, it's right away. It's like, let's get out of here.
Yeah.
Thanks, but no thanks. The minute you walk into anywhere and there's writing all over the walls,
in
game
Latin?
over. Yeah. In any language. I don't care. It could be English.
Well, if it's in English, I could read it. And if it's like, if it says something like, this is a spell to contain a spear, it's like, all right, I'm out. But if it's like, I like writing on walls,
I'm still out. What malevolent spirit is in there that's making this person write, I like writing on walls over and over again? Doing some weird Edna Krabappel fucking spell where they say, I like writing on walls. I like writing on walls.
Yeah. Well, we get what's the first spook daddy or spook mama we see?
Well, after the family creeps around a little bit because they're fucking stupid, he's like, stay here.
Yeah, and they're like, split up.
Yes. I think the first we actually see is when Lillard is like walking around in the basement and we see a guy like smash on the glass or something.
Oh, yeah, I think it's the Spike Daddy.
Yeah, very good, very good. Because he's looking for money and he has like a big old orgasm in the basement.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
like,
Clairvoyance.
yeah, so we see a little scary there. And then, oh, you know who we see? I think the first one who really starts to make an impact.
Who's that?
Booby.
It's the booby demon.
The booby lady, yeah.
Yeah. She's just walking around naked this whole movie.
Yep. And she's got gashes on her boobies. And
Yeah.
those were upsetting.
And he doesn't like her. And he doesn't like his woman with stretch marks.
Those were more than stretch marks, Robbie. Those were open wounds.
Festering sores.
Yeah. We get so they established that you can't see the ghosts unless you're wearing these fucking goofy glasses.
Yeah, which I think is a cool aspect of it.
Yes. That's apparently this is a remake.
A regular remake.
Nice. Of
Thank
a
you.
50s or 60s movie. And in that movie, you had to wear certain glasses. Like the viewer had to wear certain glasses to see the ghosts.
Oh shit.
So they like incorporated that into the plot of this, which I think is clever.
That is clever.
Yeah.
I don't know how they would have done that in the 50s or 60s.
I don't know either. Probably movie magic.
Ooh.
But apparently they were also trying to make this 3D as like kind of an homage or whatever. And you see that in a couple of scenes where something like flies at the screen and you're like, what was that? That's like a real 3D thing. But anyway. but yeah, it's we see that the daughter, she's checking out the bathroom and she's like really excited about this weird glass see-through bathroom.
Yeah.
And
I'm sorry. No.
The booby lady's in the tub. And she doesn't know it because she's got she doesn't have the glasses on. Now, Robbie, I would also like to ask you before we go any further, were you at all spooked at all in this movie?
Okay, you want to know the truth?
Yes.
While watching it, no.
Okay.
I didn't sleep a wink that night.
Holy shit.
It's you know what it is? It's the visuals get stuck in my brain.
Okay.
And I just don't sleep for a night. That's genuinely what it is.
Wow. So I didn't find any of
I
this
didn't find the
imagery-
movie scary at all. I
Right.
genuinely didn't think the movie was scary.
But like you didn't sleep because you were like, did you find any of these images haunting?
Okay, it's the same reason I don't watch Ghost Adventures.
Okay.
Too late at night, I should say. I don't watch Ghost Adventures after 9 p.m. or I don't watch anything scary after 9 p.m. Is visuals will keep me up at night.
Okay. Like any did you sleep after The Shining?
Yes.
Okay.
But like I would struggle to watch things like America's Most Wanted too late at night if they they once showed a sketch that scared me so bad that I was up for a week straight.
Spooked you something rotten.
Yeah, I was also like 10 years old.
Right.
But it's the visuals that stuck in my head, and then I see them when I close my eyes, and it scares me.
Gotcha.
Now, so it's not like that's just all that happens is I see something and it almost just gets, if you see something, it just burns into your brain.
Yeah.
Like I'm just a little baby ass pussy and scary things get burned into my brain sometimes.
That's perfectly fine. That's the human condition.
I don't use conditioner.
Oh, okay. I mean, to each their own,
Yeah.
Yeah, my wife was also spooked, like, watching this. And I was like, I think you're only spooked because it spooked you when you were a kid. Because when she watched it, she was a kid. And she was like, I don't know, but I'm spooked right now. I was like, all right. She said the box head lady was the scariest.
No. I mean, they were all kind of scary. I mean, visually, they were all interesting, I thought. So
Yeah,
I don't know
thought
which...
the designs were good.
Yeah, so I can't really say which one. Just, I don't know. I think the guy with all the stuff in his face was really scary.
Oh, the Spike
box
Daddy.
Yeah, the box lady, I'll admit, was scary. I don't know if she was the scariest. The booby lady was kind of scary.
Yeah. Yeah. I found
nothing worse than a fear boner.
Right. I found her to be the most upsetting, just like I said, because of the open wounds.
Yes.
It's just upsetting. You know what? I have a segment that's just for this movie.
Okay.
Let's go through them. Who's your favorite ghost?
My favorite ghost, the booby lady, because there are boobies.
Booby lady. Okay.
I'm a pervert.
Okay, that's fine. I got names for all the ones that I can remember. So she's booby lady, and then
Andy?
we got Boxhead Betty.
Okay. Oh, you gave them names. Okay, because I looked up their actual names.
No, I did not. I waited for that part in the movie where they explained, and I was like,
they did that twice.
They did.
Yes, because they were stretching to 90 minutes. They had nothing.
They sure were, Robbie. All right, we got Boxhead Betty. We got Big Baby and Little Mama. I think Big Baby was my favorite. He's just like a big, fat, disgusting animal. He's like, yeah, Big Baby over here. He was like covered in vomit and shit. It was gross. But he didn't do anything.
No,
they didn't do anything. That's the thing in this movie. It's like it's called 13 Ghosts, and like maybe 2 of them do anything.
Well, once we get into the house, the violence and the deaths are not there.
No, and like barely anyone dies.
Yeah, and that's the disappointment is they needed to go into this movie with a few more adults who they could rip apart.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I'll happily take a few extra minutes here if we're using them to kill some people.
Yeah, in interesting and disturbing ways. That's why you watch these kinds of movies.
Right. And to have all these different evil entities and to not see them kill people in different ways is disappointing.
Yeah. But let me get back to my list. I'm sorry.
No, it's cool. I like the sidetrack.
We got Arrowhead Boy.
Nice.
First off, what the hell is that kid doing? How is he going to hurt you? It's a kid.
Andy, he's a Native American spirit. You know that kid's going to kill you.
Is he Native American?
You couldn't tell by what he was wearing? He was in full Native American getup. I mean, he looked white to me.
Yeah, he looked white. That's why I was like...
But it was 2001. I think they just cast some little kid and said...
Wasn't he blonde?
Yeah, he was. But okay, I'm going to bring him up. I'm bringing him up. You are correct. You're right, but I'm 90 because he had a fucking, first of all, he had an arrow in his head.
Well, I figured he was a white kid who was killed by a Native American.
But why was he dressed like a Native American?
I didn't notice that. Honestly, I thought he was in like overalls or whatever. I could not tell you.
Okay. Here we go. Wait, he was dressed as a cowboy? That was not dressed as a cowboy. The firstborn son, played by Michael Speedle, Billy Michaels was a young boy who loved pretending to be a cowboy. One day, unlike another little kid challenged Billy to a duel, but Billy's cap gun was no match for the boy's real steel-tipped arrow that Billy's ghost still carries.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
So you're right, by the way, because unlike most of the ghosts, this one is a mild threat, never attacking anyone and just saying, I want to play.
Yeah, he's just spooking you. Okay.
I have a list here, apparently, of the...
All right, so you got the torso. I called him the midriff. Oh, shit.
He was a gambler in the early 1900s who caught the attention of the mafia. He lost a boxing bet and didn't have the money to pay up. They cut him into pieces and wrapped him in cellophane. Jesus.
See, like, also not a threat because it's just a fucking torso. Like, who cares? But also, these backstories...
Let's see some of this.
Yet they're not in the movie. And we get this story about Tony Shalhoub looking like his kids get captured and they fuck off for literally the rest of the movie.
This is a special feature on the DVD.
Well, put that feature in the feature movie. Like, what are you doing?
You got to show some of these fucking deaths.
It's called 13 Ghosts. Make it about the ghosts or something. Like, incorporate it into the narrative. This movie's nothing because they didn't do anything with all these ghosts. And it's promised in the title. Anyway, I got all right. Arrowhead Boy. We got Spike Daddy. He's the big guy covered in spikes. We got Berm's victim wife. It's pretty self-explanatory.
Oh, that's the withered lover.
Yes,
she is benevolent.
Yes, she was. When the kid goes down the steps.
Yeah,
and like some of the ghosts are like, "Come on down here, Bobby. It's pretty cool down here." And then there's the one voice that's like, "Don't come down here, Bobby." I was like, "Oh, the mom's one of the ghosts."
Yeah, exactly.
My wife is like, "What the fuck? How did you figure that out?" I was like, "They essentially told you. They essentially told you."
Yeah, what other ghost? Who else would be like, "Don't do it"?
Yeah, what other person is dead who gives a shit about this kid? And it's his mom. But all right, we got the kinky lady who's the bound woman or whatever.
Jesus, yeah.
Yeah, she was into it.
Okay, let's read this one. After you said she was into it. Susan LeGros, what are you doing with that name? LeGros was the richest girl in town and was very popular in school. Her one flaw was the way she flirted and toyed with boys and men, leaving a long trail of broken hearts. During her senior prom night, Chet Walters, a star quarterback, caught Susan
That's an anchor.
Caught Susan cheating on him with another boy. This just in, Susan's a slut. The next day, the boy was found beaten to death and Susan had gone missing. Susan was found dead 2 weeks later, buried beneath the 50-yard line of the high school's football field. She's fucking Jimmy Hoffa.
Yeah.
Her ghost lures Bobby into the blah, blah, blah.
This sounds... You ever play the game Twisted Metal?
Yeah.
Everybody's got like their own backstory. And it's like over the top tragic. That's what this reminds me of. Twisted Metal Black, specifically, which is a game that was around this time, probably 1999 or so. Spooked the shit out of me. I did not sleep for weeks.
See, I only played a little bit. I wasn't crazy about Twisted Metal.
See, I really liked the Twisted Metal one. I liked 3 and 4 that were on PS1, and then it moved to PS2, and it got like the M rating, and it was like all dark and spooky. And my friend had it, and he was like, "Yo, let's play Twisted Metal." I was like, "Yo, I love Twisted Metal," because it was just like a rip snorting good time. But this new one was all dark and spooky, and it spooked the living shit out of me. Big time.
Sorry to hear that, Andy.
That's all right. But yeah, then I have Professor X's stepbrother, which is the Juggernaut. And Bat Daddy, which is the prince, the guy who just had a bat.
The Torn Prince, Royce Clayton. So they got the name right. If he's a gifted teenage baseball player in the 50s who caught the eye of colleges around the USA. He died in a drag race thanks to his challenger, a greaser who cut his brake lines. His remains are still buried at the baseball diamond, and his ghost carries his baseball bat. What is it with them burying all these people at fucking sporting events?
I don't know. You know, the more we read about these ghosts, the less interesting they are, actually. I think this is like everything about this movie is just not interesting.
It's not, but again, show some of these deaths in the movie.
Yeah, or incorporate them into the movie somehow. Like, do something. This movie is not doing anything.
Right. The lawyer has a cool death.
Yeah, the sharpest doors on earth.
Yeah. Running from titties.
But see, it's a cool death and it's gruesome. He didn't get killed by a ghost. He got killed by doors.
Yeah.
So it's like the ghosts aren't...
Jim Morrison.
Oh, very good.
Thank you.
But the ghosts only kill, like the Juggernaut, I believe he's the one from the beginning. He kills a whole bunch of people in the beginning.
Yeah.
And then they kill Matthew Lillard. And that's it.
Yeah. There's like no deaths in this movie. It's lame.
It's like a fucking haunted house. Like you go to a haunted house and they're just like at you, and that's it.
Yeah. So we can't touch you. Legally, we're not allowed to touch you.
Yeah. And then if you trip, they're like, "Oh shit, are you okay? Sir, are you okay?" Don't ask me if I'm okay. They're taking me out of it. I'm spooked.
When the little kids walking around downstairs and they show F. Murray Abraham, I did think that was his ghost. So up until that point, I was still like, yeah, he's the 13th ghost. I get it.
Same. It wasn't until like the end where he's just kind of watching on the sidelines and no, I'm sorry. It wasn't until he smooches the lady.
Yeah.
And I was like, she's smooching a ghost? And then I was like, wait, he's not dead. Okay.
Lame.
Yeah, and she does her weird heel turn where she's like, I'll do anything for you, old man.
Yeah, it's like, what are we doing here?
Like, ah. And then she gets crushed. Oh, yeah, she dies. She gets crushed by a wall or whatever.
Yeah, what? But again, not
also,
by a
also
ghost.
not a ghost. Also not a ghost.
Yeah. Oh, also, we're at this part where the lady attacks Shannon Elizabeth, and because it's Shannon Elizabeth, they have to rip all her clothes.
Yeah, that was I was like, yeah, of course. All right. Okay.
And then
it just gratuitous.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, in poor taste.
That's 2001. That's why we had the nude ghost running around.
That's true. That's Boxhead Betty, right?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah.
The jackal.
That's so Boxhead Betty.
That's classic Betty.
She's always doing that shit.
So they say the house is a machine run by the power of spirits. The texts to my ex are also powered by spirits.
That's good stuff, Rob.
Thank you.
That's good stuff. Matthew Lillard sounds perpetually drunk in this movie. Yeah. I guess that makes sense because he's all doped up on pills, right?
Yeah, I think that's what it's supposed to be.
All right. Well, then acting, you know?
Very good. So all of a sudden, Kathy's gone, and that's the daughter, and both kids are missing. You need to show the kids go missing because you're acting like it's a mystery. Like, obviously, one of the demons has them. They're probably with their mom.
Right. I assumed that she just like snatched him up and was like, I'll keep you safe.
Yeah, but if not, like, show them go missing because it's not a mystery. It's only fair to be like, all right, they're probably captured then.
Right. Well,
because the twist is not going to be, don't worry, the kids were safe the whole time.
Yeah, they actually made it out. They've been waiting for you outside.
It's funny we've been talking about the lack of deaths because I'm looking at this note here that says, how have we only had 2 deaths in this movie so far?
Yeah. Like, what kind of horror movie is this? You know?
Lame.
Yeah. And they walk past the remains of the lawyer's body at one point, and the babysitter is just like, what'd she say? Is that half the lawyer?
Yeah.
That's her. That's like, wouldn't you be like, Jesus Christ?
Yeah. Well, earlier in the movie, remember, right after he gets cut by the door, she goes, did the lawyer split?
Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff,
get it?
Robbie.
Do you get it, audience?
You got to admit, that's good stuff, Robbie.
Oh, do I?
Yeah.
Oh, Lillard gets trapped inside one of the things and then immediately escapes. So that was totally useless.
Yep. He also, for some reason, he feels attached to Tony Shalhoub. He ends up sacrificing himself. He's like, no, you got to save your kids, and he like puts that was just unearned. It was like, I don't
care.
Yeah, like you didn't establish anybody enough for this.
And then Solomon Grundy fucking smashes him against the pole.
Born on a Monday. Snaps him in half, and then his ghost is there, and he's like, hey, buddy, you got this.
Don't worry.
Yeah. And so then, you know, the heel turn happens. She smooches what we think is the dead old man, but he's not dead. And then she gets crunched in between a wall. And then, like, a weird beacon goes off, and all the demons or all the ghosts go, and they do a Faru Dore around and shit. They're like, Faru Dore, Faru. It's just fucking weird. It's weird and stupid.
It is weird and stupid. I totally agree.
They all hold hands and shit. Like, aren't you fucking evil? Like, what is this?
Hey, can I mention the stupidest line in this movie real quick?
Yes.
When Lillard goes, I sure hope I don't bleed to death. That would suck.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I guess it would, man. Oh,
Yeah.
fuck.
Yeah. That doesn't need to be spoken.
No, it does not.
Yeah.
I
Well,
also hate the reveal that the power of love is going to save them.
boo.
What is this, Shrek?
Yeah. We need true love's first kiss.
Real quick, thank you so much for listening. If you want to send us some feedback, send us an email at roydsreview@gmail.com. That's ROYDSREVUE@gmail.com.
You could also find our music on Spotify, iTunes, wherever you get your music by searching The Royds. That's ROYDS. We have 2 albums and a Christmas song. Hope you like it. This isn't a good movie.
No, I didn't really care for this very much. If you can't tell.
Yeah. It's both bizarre and generic at the same time, you know?
It feels like they didn't know what they wanted to do.
No. And the thing is, at the end, Tony Shalhoub finds out that the guy's not dead, and he attacks him. And the guy takes a couple of hits and then reveals he has a knife in his cane. And doesn't just kill Tony Shalhoub. Like, that's all he needs to do, because Tony Shalhoub is the 13th ghost.
Yeah. But it has to be a sacrifice.
Why?
I don't know. That's like the rule they've made up.
Okay. Well,
that's why they threw his kids in that big old machine.
Well, you know how I'm like always trying to look for like the meaning of things.
Yeah.
I was thinking, as soon as he said the line, he said, "Greatness requires sacrifice." I was like, okay, so like he's gonna have to sacrifice something. But he does. He just saves his kids, and then the movie literally ends as soon as he saves the kids. That's it.
Well, he jumps into this thing, and then when the whole house crumbles, the Maggie, the maid or whatever, she's totally fine, which means Tony Shalhoub jumped in that thing for no reason.
No reason at all.
He could have just waited.
Yeah. I thought that there would be a sacrifice, like, I don't know, his wife would be like, or he'd have a chance to like, hey, you could be with your wife again, like your wife can come back, or you save your kids. You can't have both. And he would like sacrifice
his kids
being with his wife, his kids. He's like, I love my wife. But like, there wasn't any sort of like sacrifice of anything.
No.
And it was just like, this movie's just a whole bunch of weird shit happens, and then the end. Like, I don't. Where are we going? Where are we going? What's the reason?
There was no reason, Andy.
Also, the editing is like, I understand it's supposed to be disorienting and like trying to spook you, but it's just annoying. There's a lot of like whisper swells, like a
yeah.
It's like, okay, that is plenty. Thank you. And then like things just flashing in the screen. It's just like, that's not scary. It's annoying.
Exactly. There's nothing there.
Yeah. I don't know. You got anything? I'm out. I'm tapped on this one.
Yeah, I don't really know if I have much else to say. It's not great. It really, yeah. I didn't care for it very much. You want to go to Letterboxd?
Yeah, let's go to Letterboxd.
We're going to Letterboxd. Okay, I'm going to be honest. I'm giving this one 1 star. I think this movie is absolutely terrible.
I'll go 1 star as well. This was not very good.
And it's crazy because a lot of people I know love this movie. Like, I know people who really do love this film. I was talking to the guy at my local coffee shop today, and he's an awesome dude. And I told him, I was telling him about the podcast. I was like, oh yeah, we're actually doing the movie 13 Ghosts. And he was telling me how it's one of his favorite horror movies. And then he himself said, oh, it's not really a horror movie. I was like, I don't think it's really anything.
What is it? Exactly.
Yeah.
It's not anything. I don't get it. And not that things need to like fit in a box, but like it needs to be something.
Yes.
You know, like what is Everything Everywhere All at Once? Like what the hell is that? But it's great, you know?
Yeah. Well, you could be a horror comedy. Look at Scream. Look at Cabin in the Woods.
Yeah.
But you have to follow through. No one dies here.
No.
And then at the end, it's just the power of love.
Yeah.
Don't need money. Don't need fame.
Very good.
Thank you.
Well, so we've given it 1 star, huh?
1 star on Letterboxd.
Wow.
Yep. But that being said, I'm sorry?
Well, do you have any questions?
I have 3 questions.
I have 2 questions. Now, to explain the segment questions, these are questions we have about the movie that maybe weren't answered, or perhaps a plot hole question.
Yeah, a snot hole.
Snot hole question.
Otherwise known as a nose.
Yes, a nose question.
Yeah.
So, Robbie, would you like to go first?
Sure. Which kid do you think was the accident, Bobby or Kathy? Because Kathy is significantly older than Bobby.
I would say Bobby was probably the accident.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Yeah. Or maybe they were both accidents.
Very possible.
Maybe
Wrap it up.
Both planned.
Wrap it up, Arthur.
Or pull out. You can pull out.
Yeah.
A little less safe, but
yeah. Splooge on the luge. That's the crack.
That's the luge. Oh,
Butt
very
crack.
good.
Yeah.
Very good.
Questions.
What the hell is wrong with you?
Questions.
Why does a flare stop ghosts?
Woo!
What's that?
Like Ric Flair?
No, like the flares that they were throwing.
I don't know. You ever see Jurassic Park?
Yep.
Dinosaurs are ghosts.
All right.
Questions.
Hey, Kathy, you were washing your hands and stuff in the sink. Why'd you then walk over to the bathtub to wash your face?
Weird, right?
Because she wasn't getting into the tub. She ran the tub and then splashed her face with it. You were standing at the sink, lady.
Yeah. And the whole time she's in that bathroom, she's got a big fucking smile on her face. Like, this is so great. What are you talking about? Look at where you are.
Look at all the Latin on the walls. Get out.
Yeah, and even the bathroom is like weird and see-through. What are you doing?
Question.
My question, I kind of already asked it. Why not just kill Tony? Tony Shalhoub, that is.
I get you.
Just kill him. If you need him to die, because like they show that when you die there, you're just there.
Yeah, you're just a ghosty.
Because that's what happened to Matthew Lillard. So just fucking shoot him in the head. Like, why go through this massive, elaborate ruse? And then tell him to his face, you have to sacrifice. Like, what is this? It's bad.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I agree. I have 4 trivias.
I have 3, maybe 4.
All right, I'll go first then. How old does the newspaper say Cyrus was when he died? When I forget how to read. How old does the newspaper say Cyrus was when he died? 57, 58, 59, 60.
60?
No.
59.
No.
58.
No.
57.
Very good. Yes.
Wow. Looks older.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, he does.
All right. What was the budget for this movie? Was it 38 million, 42 million, 53 million, or 60 million?
What was the second one?
42 million.
What was the third one?
53 million.
42 million.
Correct.
Yes. What does Arthur say? What does Arthur say is the first rule in their new house? No going downstairs. No reading the walls. No throwing stones. No running.
He says no throwing stones.
Correct.
Yeah, because,
They're in a glass house.
They're in a
Ha
glass
ha ha
house.
ha 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 ha.
Yeah.
I got it.
What did this movie gross in the year 2001? 55 million, 62 million, 68 million, or 71 million?
71 million.
No. 68 million.
Ah, that's what I was about to say.
Well, then you've done it.
Thank you.
Apparently, it was not really a financial success.
Ah, I can't believe it. What subject?
Yet I hear people talk about how much they like it.
Yeah, it's weird.
You know?
It's weird. Yet I have never heard of it until the year 2023.
Year of our Megazord, would you say?
Yes, very good. What subject does Arthur teach? Theology, math, history, science.
I believe it's maths.
It is math. It is maths.
Yeah. Okay, what? I'm sorry. Some of the glass walls in the movie have which prayer on them in Latin? Is it the Hail Mary, the Our Father, the Lord's Prayer, or the Shema?
Number 4.
No, it's the Lord's Prayer.
No.
Is the Lord's Prayer and the Our Father the same thing?
I don't know.
I think
I'm a
they're
bad
the same
Catholic.
thing. Same, I don't know.
Yeah. Well. Okay. The protester. I had just have her down as a protester because I didn't always write her name down like an idiot.
That's fine.
I think her name was. I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna fucking find it. Kalina.
Okay.
Kalina has enough explosives to blow them into which century? 10th, 13th, 1st, 15th.
13?
No.
Oh, that's a missed opportunity because it's called 13 Ghosts.
It is.
They goofed. 15th.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. Very good.
Okay. Also, did you see the amount of explosives she had?
No.
Wasn't a lot.
I don't know if I did.
Wasn't a lot. She like empties a backpack and a bunch, like so a couple of things fall out. She's like, I got enough to blow this place to Kingdom Come. Like, I don't think you do.
A couple of
actually.
sparklers fall out.
Yeah. A candle, just a regular candle.
I wrote a song.
Yo, same.
That's really cool, dude. All right, later.
See ya.
All right, I have a thing to flip.
Yo, flip that shit then, Robbie.
You want heads or tails?
I would like heads.
It is heads.
And now, is that head in a box?
No, it's on the floor because I dropped it.
Oh. Okay.
I flipped a little notebook.
Nice.
Well, I didn't have a pick.
All right. What kind of song you got?
A lazy one.
Same. I put very little effort into my song.
Same.
All right. I'll go first then.
Okay.
All right. My song is called 13 Ghosts with an F because why not? You know?
Hey, why not?
It is. I wrote it in. I want to say 11 seconds. And it's pretty low effort, but it's still a little catchy. You know, let's give it a shot. It's called 13 Ghosts.
Boxhead Betty, she'll scratch you up until you're fucking dead. Real dead. Big Bad Daddy, he'll find you right upside your head. Your head. Spike Daddy, he'll crush you or something messed up. Messed up. Juggernaut, but not the one that you're thinking of. There's a boy walking around with an arrow in his head. There's a lady tied up and I think she might be dead. There's a midget rolling around making mess on the floor. There's a movie lady who seems obsessed with gore. I like that riff. The squid.
Yeah,
I like that.
Thank you. I wrote it in the shower in my noggin. I was like,
Nice. You didn't have to film the process. Did you have like a documentary or anything that you could send me?
No, I didn't.
Or post it on our Instagram
No, I don't think.
at TheRoydsBand.
Man, that's a pretty good drop, but no, I didn't do that. Robbie's sweating. But, yeah, I was just trying to think of what I'm going to do with this, and I came up with like, why don't I just sing about the ghosts, because they were the most interesting part, and even they weren't that interesting. So that's 13 Ghosts. Just a kind of a mess, you know. Also, after this movie, my wife was like, "You ever see the movie Ghost Ship?" And I was like, "No." And she was like, "I just want to play the opening scene." I'm like, "All right." So she plays me the opening scene, and it's all these people on a boat, and something happens where like a metal wire of some sort is
I've seen this.
It's real taut.
Yes.
And it like slices everybody on the dance floor.
Yes.
Except this one little girl.
It goes like right
and,
over
like,
her head.
Yeah, and like it slices everybody, and everybody just stops and then falls apart slowly. And I don't think it's played for, because I didn't see the rest of the movie. I don't think it's played for laughs, but that shit is hilarious.
Yes, I agree.
Like, you got a guy like holding his torso, or like holding his legs up, and he's like still it's very strange. Also, people are cut at all these different angles and shit. Like, one guy gets cut through the mouth, but everybody else is cut like waist level. It's like, how did that happen?
I don't know.
Afterwards, I looked up who directed that. I was like, that has a very similar feel to the movie we just watched. Same guy.
Of course, there we go.
And apparently he was like a super, special effects.
Superhero?
He was a superhero. He was bad movie man.
Oh my God.
Yeah. No, he did the special, he was like a special effects supervisor on Indiana Jones and The Last Crusade, previous episode, and another big movie in like 1990.
Interesting.
I can't remember. And then nothing else until 2001, where he did this movie, and then Ghost Ship in 2002, and then nothing else again.
I see why.
Yeah. Apparently he did a bunch of commercials.
Oh, well, he's probably making money doing that.
Yeah. But just thought that was strange. Anyway, Robbie, tell us about your song.
We wrote the same song, basically.
Okay.
My song is called 12 Ghosts.
Right.
And I considered calling it Roll Call. I never wrote down the lyrics to this song. I looked up online what the names of all the ghosts were, and I was like, all right, I can riff on this for a little bit. And I'm pretty proud of the harmonies in here, if I'm going to be honest. That's what I like the most. You'll hear those in the chorus. And here's the song. It's called 12 Ghosts. I might put parentheses roll call, but for now it's called 12 Ghosts.
Son with an arrow in his head. We got the torso and he's got no limbs. The bound woman, that's a sin. The little lover died in a fire. She's the center of 13's desire. We got a prince and a princess, but you best watch out for the pilgrimess. Got 12 ghosts and we need one more. Lead him straight to our front door. Reunite him with his wife. 13 souls to turn back time. The great child, he's the size of a house, and his dire mother small as a mouse. We got the hammer swinging low in the basement, well down below. We got the jackal on the scene, got it head in a cube and she's feeling mean. Now here comes the juggernaut. our front door. Reunite him with his wife. 13 souls to turn back time. Got 12 ghosts and we need one more. Lead him straight to our front door. Reunite him with his wife. 13 souls to turn back time. The firstborn son and the torso, the bound woman and the withered lover, the torn prince, the angry princess. We got the pilgrimess, the great child and his dire mother. We got the hammer, the jackal, and the juggernaut. Got 12 ghosts and we need one more. Lead him straight to our front door. Reunite him with his wife. 13 souls to turn back time. Got 12 ghosts and we need one more. Lead him straight to our front door. Reunite him with his wife. 13 souls to turn back time.
That was my song called 12 Ghosts. It's about the ghosts.
Well, I like those harmonies, like you said.
Thank you.
Very good.
Yeah, that's the only thing I put any effort into. I was literally just reading a list off of Google going, this is good enough.
Yeah, I mean, we tried about as hard as I shouldn't say that. They, maybe they tried.
I think they tried a little harder than we did.
For sure.
Definitely than I did.
Everybody, like the acting, it's not like everybody's doing something. It's not like terrible. It's just not everybody's best work.
Yeah, no, I definitely don't blame the actors for this one.
No. Well, first off, I like the groaning in the song.
Thank you.
I thought that was a nice touch. It was spooky. Spooked me out of my jorts. I don't know if you noticed. I'm wearing cut-off jean shorts.
And I'm glad you're out of them.
Yeah. Ooh. Positives about this movie. I think that the makeup and the look of the ghosts was pretty good.
That is the positive.
And the little death scenes that we got, most of them were pretty good.
Yes. I'll also say the runtime.
Runtime, yeah, nice and brief.
Negatives, everything else.
Literally everything else. Yeah.
Whew.
Well, Robbie, what are we doing next week for boy am I man, I'm just so fucking frightened right now.
Well, that's a great question. That's a great question because next week we are no longer in October.
Oh shit.
So next week we're not doing anything scary.
Well, what are we doing for boy? That's a relief November.
That's good. We're doing No Nut November. And it's gonna be a real challenge because we're doing Captain Marvel.
Very good.
We cranking hog to Jude Law.
Whoa. Well, that is obviously in preparation for the Marvels.
After we do Captain Marvel, we got right after that?
What do we have right after that, Robbie?
We're getting hot and fresh.
Whoa! With the Marvels, of course.
Yeah, with the Marvels.
What's gonna happen is you're gonna turn on the Royds Review podcast, right? Like a regular Monday, and you're gonna be like, something smells pretty hot and fresh, and it's gonna be our episode on the Marvels.
Yep.
Yeah.
In 2 weeks.
2 weeks, yeah. But next week is Captain Marvel.
Yep.
The classic Captain Marvel, everybody's favorite.
Because of no inane internet controversy.
Yeah. Yep. No hatred for almost no reason that I can see.
People hate cheese,
honest.
Man.
Yeah, I guess that's it. I still don't get it. I haven't really looked into it though.
I don't really get it, nor do I really care.
Yeah.
Yeah, not my problem. She makes a lot of money.
Right. And I've seen her in a couple of things, and she is sometimes good and sometimes not as good.
Wait, it's almost like she's an actor.
Pretty much any other actor.
Hey, Andy.
Yeah.
Where can they find our music?
Let me tell you, Robbie. I'm glad
Tell
you
me
asked that question. You go to the Spotify, you go to Apple Music, you go to Deezer, you go to really anywhere you get your music.
Anywhere you get your music.
Huh?
Anywhere you get your music.
Anywhere at all.
Excellent.
Your local jukebox?
Nope.
Probably not. Unless it's linked to Spotify, maybe.
You know
I
what?
don't know.
If you want to get the Royds to play on a jukebox, this is what you do. You walk up to it like the Fonz, and you smash it as hard as you can.
Yeah, with a crowbar.
Yeah. And you go,
Yeah.
"Ayy."
Yeah, as you get tackled to the ground by the bouncers.
Yeah. I don't
And
know
they're like, "How
what
did-"
place is going to have an actual jukebox.
And they're like, how did you get this crowbar in this bar? Anyway, you go to
Well,
Spotify.
it's a bar for crows. It's like, "Ah!
Hey!
Ah!"
He's done it. You go to all those places that I mentioned earlier, and you search the Royds. And yeah, we got 2 albums and a Christmas song. And then for the podcast songs that we've been writing about movies.
This is episode 79,
So that means there is,
which is 10 times better than a 69.
very good. That means there is 158. Am I correct in that? Holy shit. Human calculator.
Very good.
158 songs.
There's actually more because we've had guests.
Holy fucking
Guests
shit.
and breasts.
Very good.
There were boobies in this movie.
Yep. You go to TheRoyds.bandcamp.com and you'll find all these podcast songs and more. That's the guess.
But wait, there's more.
Yep. Robbie, where can they find the socials there, Robbie?
Well, you go to Instagram. You go to Twitter
Okay.
or X. You go to TikTok. You go to Threads. And you type in TheRoydsBand and you'll see us.
Look at that.
And you can send us an email with any feedback, any movie requests.
Yep.
RoydsReview@gmail.com. RoydsRevue@gmail.com. Jamail.
Yep. Now, wherever you're listening to
This is my
if
son,
you're-
Jamail.
Oh, what an exotic name.
Yeah.
Anywhere you're listening to this, we would really appreciate you leaving a 5-star review. That would be great. Maybe tell your friends. That would be awesome as well.
If you're listening on
comment
YouTube, give a little
anything.
comment.
Yeah, you could even comment like, "We don't like you." That's cool.
Yeah, that's totally
As long
cool.
as you leave a 5-star review, we're cool. You know.
Yeah. If
Next
you're
week,
over
Captain
18,
Marvel.
send us your best cosplay of the booby lady.
Robbie.
I'm gonna
Robbie,
try.
Robbie,
What a
Robbie,
what a
Robbie,
swing! What a swing!
Robbie. Robbie.
I'm gonna cut that. Don't worry,
Okay. Well,
because then you'll just be getting pictures of me
ooh.
with my breast implants,
Oh. All right. Well,
my
next
zest implants.
week- Okay. Next week, fucking Captain Marvel.
Bye, everybody.
Goodbye.